can hear me. Let's make sure my audio is all good. Yep, we are good. Okay. All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Nick here with another round of Big Brother 24 recap show. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Don't worry, nothing bad has happened. I just had to take care of some other priorities. Kind of doing some housekeeping a little bit, just trying to rearrange some stuff, including me pulling out my old VCR over here because I have actually gotten back into doing some video projects that I'm going to be sharing with you guys very soon. So you definitely want to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell because I will be posting new video content soon for those of you nostalgic people. But we have some business to take care of first. Also, we've got news about the Video Music Awards coming up. We'll talk about that later. But like I said, we got business to get down to. We need to recap 2 weeks worth of Big Brother. Try to catch up to right now because holy moly, stuff has gone down. Let me tell you. So I'm not going to talk much. We need to just get right into this. Let's hit it. So ignore the date, by the way. This was made like 2 weeks ago, like I said. Okay, but before we begin, we got to stop real quick. I need to make some corrections from the last live stream, the week that Nicole was evicted. I mentioned Daniel and Kyle were the initial nominees. That is not true. It was Alyssa and Indy. They were the initial nominees. Daniel and Kyle did win the power of veto. What had happened was there was controversy because Monty told Daniel not to use the power of veto because in doing so, they would put up Nicole in whoever's spot. Daniel got very paranoid, and for that, he decided, you know what, I'm not going to believe Monty. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to use the veto, and I'm going to save Alyssa and Indy because this is still, we're in bestie bestie mode still. So they both come down, but that means Nicole and Taylor are nominated, and that's his number one ally, and sure enough, she gets evicted. So good job, Daniel. Okay, we got head of household number 5. But wait, stop. We still got some more business to take care of. Last time on the recap show, Taylor has to pick new festie besties. So who is Taylor going to pick? Well, Taylor ended up picking Alyssa and Indy as the new festie besties. What they don't realize is this is going to be the last week of festie besties twist. Now we can get into head of household number 5. But stop. Hold up. Daniel, before the head of household decides to start stirring up drama. I should have got this video ready, but I think I have footage of him confronting Michael and Monty. Let me see if I can pull this up. I can give you some audio file. Yeah, I got something.
I hope here, dude.
Okay, I do have some audio footage for you. So let me set the stage. Nicole had just been evicted from the Big Brother house. Daniel is the lone wolf now, and he now wants to call out Michael and Monty in front of the whole house to let them know, hey, Michael and Monty are working together, and they're going to take it all the way to the end. So here, let me play you the audio.
Alyssa not having a reason or an excuse to vote the way she did confirms that I never really had her in the first place, and that shows me that I have no one behind me anymore. I believe in you guys so much more, man. So much more hope for you guys. Monty, you're gonna go to the final tier, dude. I really mean it. It's gonna be you and Michael. You made the best move, dude. As a player, as a fan, you're killing it, dude. I appreciate it, but that's no, you're no. That's I really mean it. I'm not being facetious, dude. I mean it out of respect for the game. Like you're gonna win it. It's you or Michael sitting at the final two. You know.
Daniel is going off about Monty being set up well in this game. Daniel even starts throwing my name in the mix. And I'm flattered, but let's not do all that. But everything he's saying is true.
You're able to convince people, manipulate them to go with the herd, and that takes a lot.
You think I convince people?
Oh, dude, I mean, I know the tactics behind all this. I just respect it as a player, for sure.
If you think that I was able to convince 9 people to vote out one person,
I know, that's why I respect your game. I'm not even kidding,
what
dude.
conversation do we have?
What do you mean? What? That you want to Taylor out? You told me that.
All right, bro. I mean, you're doing a great job.
You're not
right
good
now.
at lying,
You're
dude.
doing a great job right now.
I guess you are, but you guys remember you can't split 750.
Right.
Play for yourselves from this point on.
Ah, man, good luck, man.
I'll vote for you, brother. I'm hoping you make it.
Jesus. Can you say salty much? Oh, my Lanta. So that happened. Clearly, Daniel is not happy, and nor he should be. So let's just move on. Yeah, so he called Michael and Monty out in front of the whole house. Now we can get into head of household number 5. The head of household this week is Michael. Oh, surprise, surprise. You called him out in front of the house, and now he's the head of household. You shouldn't have done that, Daniel. You really shouldn't have, because now he's on your butt. So we're still in Festy Besties mode. Now that Michael is safe, that means Brittany will also be safe for the week. Now we need to update the alliance charts. Let's check in on Postpack. Clearly at this point, I think we can say Postpack is dead now. Hold on. Got my little buzzer here. Dead. Okay. The Oasis is still going strong because all 5 of those guys are now in the Leftovers Alliance. Also, let me get my buzzer out too, because I think it's safe to say that the Rugrats are now dead. Yeah. And then we have our fellow Leftovers, the ones who are reigning supreme in the Big Brother house right now. So I think we can see where the nominations are headed. However, I think Michael wants to try to backdoor Daniel in this case, to not give him the chance to play for the veto, because Daniel would probably win the veto if given the opportunity. So let's see who the nominations were pre-veto. Oh, we got triple threat this week. We have 3 nominees that are sitting on the block for the first half. The plan was indeed to backdoor Daniel. Sorry. So we decided to put both Monty, Joseph, and Terrence on the block, just to make sure, just to give the other side of the house ease that, hey, we're gonna look at Monty, we're gonna target him, and hopefully we'll get him out. But that's not the case. They're just pawns, all 3 of them. So the power of veto players this week are Michael and Brittany, Joseph, Monty, and Terrence. So there's only room for one more Festy Bestie pair. And we have to hope, well, Daniel has to hope that he gets picked for this veto. Otherwise, it's a done deal. It's a wrap. So who is the last Festy Bestie pair? Jasmine and Turner. Well, shuck a darn, Daniel. Looks like your luck is running out. In the meantime, we have the OTEV competition came back. It's a classic Big Brother competition. It's played musical chair style. OTEV asks for a certain answer in regards to one of the evicted house guests. In this case, it's based on a competition that's already been played this season. If you're the last person to reach the top or you bring the wrong answer, you're out. So, with that, we have our Power of Veto winner, and that is Michael and Brittany. Yay! Good job. They are such a power threat right now. I know they're a big threat in the house, but they're still my final 2 picks, and I have it on video that I said Michael and Brittany. So, congrats to you guys. You really deserve it. So now Terrence wakes up and decides, hey, I'm going to play Big Brother. Let's do this. That's the whole reason why I was here. So Terrence has an idea. He approaches Daniel because he feels like he's a close ally. He's always been close with Daniel. So he decides, why don't we try to push for Monty to be evicted this week? Now Michael already had this plan was already thinking about leaving Monty on the block and getting him out of the house this week. So he was going back and forth, but he was actually contemplating doing it at the veto ceremony. But there was then some shadiness began because Terrence came up with the idea that he, Jasmine, Alyssa, and Indy and Daniel should all go up to Michael and talk to him about leaving the noms the same and taking a shot at Monty. Now, that plan could have worked if it was just Terrence. Now, you had all these people that are on screen right now have not talked any game with Michael. So why is Michael going to do you a favor if you guys haven't talked game with him all summer, and now you want to come to him for a favor? Like, that's not how it works. That's street smarts. You don't do for others if they don't do for you. Mm-mm. So with that, the veto is used. We are taking Monty off the block. So the final nominations for that round, Daniel and Kyle have to sit up as a pair. Well, Daniel and Terrence, your effort was valiant, but came up short. Just like Mr. 10-second Tom over here. Seriously, go online, hashtag BB24 10 seconds. Yeah, type in 10 seconds after you do that. Trust me, you'll thank me for it later. Hashtag BB24 10 seconds. So with that, we have set the stage for eviction number 5, Daniel versus Kyle. And let me get this ready to go. One second. Okay. So with that, Kyle gets 1 vote for Terrence, while the rest of the house votes for Daniel to be evicted. So with that, by a vote of 8-1, Daniel has been evicted from the Big Brother house. And now we have to update the memory wall. There you go, Daniel. All right. Now 5 people's pictures are black and white, which could only mean one thing. Well, let's get to this first. Who will Kyle choose to be Festy Besties? Find out next week. Stop. I'm just kidding. We have more to talk about. That is not all, folks. Do not turn away just yet. The Festy Bestie twist has come to an end. Everyone is now playing for themselves, meaning when you win HOH, you are the only one that's guaranteed safety. And as I mentioned, we have 5 people evicted already, which means only one thing. The jury has officially begun. So let me explain how jury is going to work to you guys who are new to the stream. This is a critical part of the game. This means we are at the halfway mark, and this is where the game really kicks into high gear. So, by the way, you like my hat? Positive vibes only. Okay, so we now have 11 house guests. The last 9 evicted house guests will move from the Big Brother house into the jury house once they are evicted. They are still secluded from the outside world until finale night, which is September 25th. That's a Sunday. The jury will have no knowledge of what's going on in the Big Brother house until people start arriving and start comparing notes, which is what I really like about jury is they come full of surprises and all that. So on finale night, the jury will cast their votes for the winner of Big Brother 24. It takes 5 votes to be crowned the winner, at least 5. So August 18th, which just passed, the first jury member will be announced, and we will get to that right now. Here is going to be my memory wall for the jury members. I kind of put dates as to when I think we will be getting a jury member. My prediction, they are scheduled to change, so just bear with me. So the 18th passed, so we already have a jury member. The 25th, you see there's 2 of them. We have a double eviction coming, and I will explain all of that in a little bit. But if you follow the schedule every Thursday, the 1st, the 8th, now the 8th or the 15th, we're going to have a double eviction. There has to be one more coming. So we'll stay tuned for that. And then the 22nd, that's the last Thursday show of the season. And then the 25th is the season finale. So we send the last jury member on finale night, which sadly they don't get to see the jury house. So that's kind of a bummer. Okay, let's move on to head of household number 6, and it is the wall competition. The perfect time now that the Festy Bestie twist has in. It's definitely a good time to do the wall competition. Oh, by the way, if you're not familiar with the wall comp, I should have put a picture in there. But how it is there's this big wall, and they give you like little things to hold on to. Basically, it's hang on for dear life, as long as you can. Last person standing wins. Pretty straightforward. So we have 10 people who are competing for the wall comp, and let's see how long they last. So Jasmine lasted 6 minutes, no surprise, with her fake injury. At this point, she's faking her injury because it shouldn't take that long to rest up your sprained ankle, especially since she had a scooter for like the longest time. So she was off her foot for quite a while. She wasn't like on it constantly until like the very end when she finally got the cane. So I think she's milking her injury at this point. I don't know. If any of you have dealt with a sprained ankle, let me know how long it's taken for you guys to fully heal. Um, or maybe she is still hurt. I don't know. But a lot of people are bashing her on Twitter because she is faking her injury at this point. So I don't know. I've never had a sprained ankle. Knock on wood that I ever get one. Uh, but we'll see. So anyway, she lasted 6 minutes, and I'm not surprised because I knew she wasn't going to win that comp. Brittany lasted 16 minutes, and Terrence lasted 18 minutes. So now that brings us down to the final 7. Monty, big boy Monty, lasted 29 minutes. You know, this competition is really tough, believe it or not. It even takes down some of the strongest people. We've seen it happen in previous seasons, especially last year. Xavier, I think, got second place, and he's like fully muscular, dude. He won. I remember Derek X won that veto competition, and he's like skinny, like skin and bones. Okay, so I don't know. Alyssa lasted 29 minutes. Oh, she fell. They both let. She fell right after Monty. So, and Indy lasted 40 minutes. So now we're down to the final 4. Turner got 4th place with 44 minutes, followed by Joseph in 3rd place with 45 minutes, leaving Kyle and Taylor to battle it out for head of household. So who's our winner? I believe the time was 47 minutes. So after 47 minutes, the past week's head of household was Taylor. Congratulations, Taylor. You well deserved HOH. She held on for dear life, and Kyle was struggling for the longest of time. So, congrats. Okay. So now here's where things get kind of odd. I thought I was okay with the Taylor HOH, but then she started naming who could be the pawns for that week, and she starts naming people from the leftovers. Excuse me, sorry. No sponsorships, by the way. And they're like concerned, like, why not just go for the other people in the house? Well, it's because Taylor already promised people, oh, I'm not sending girls to the jury house. I'm not sending a black girl to the jury house. I'm like, okay, but at this point, Taylor, if you've got your alliance, then you really need to, really gotta cut some deals. That's how the game works. Yeah, 2 weeks to heal. Yeah, this happened like 5 weeks ago. So I think she's milking it at this point. Anyway, Taylor, we're getting to the point where you're gonna have to cut deals with people. So you can't really make that many promises. You need to follow through with your leftovers. Okay? Especially when it's just the leftovers, then you have to really cut some deals, okay? All right, so let's see what she finally decided, okay? So she nominated Indy and Terrence to go on the block. Now her initial target is Terrence, but she made a promise to Indy, and she already broke that promise. Now Terrence, I believe, I don't know if it was the week that Daniel went home. Terrence was pushing hard for Taylor to get nominated, so she didn't like that. And Indy, I don't know what happened there. Taylor made it very clear. Oh, I'm not going to put up a girl this week, and here you go. See, you can't make that many promises, especially at this point in the game. Especially now that we have jury management, we have to take into consideration. You really got to watch out for that because now you've probably blown off Indy's vote if you make it to the end. All right, Taylor. So you got to really watch out for that. Okay, this time for the power of veto, and we have the prizes and punishments competition. So some people are going to win good prizes, some are going to win some punishments. Let's see who won what. Sixth place was Terrence, who won the Inc. 182 punishment. This is a rock and roll themed competition, by the way. Terrence has to put 182 tattoos, fake tattoos, on his body and leave it there for like the whole week, I think. Fifth place was Indy, who won the Punkatard punishment, and you'll see what it looks like when we get to like a few more slides. Fourth place was Taylor, who won the Skid and Fancy punishment. I forgot to put a picture of what they look like, but it's basically she's going to be chained up with somebody who, just anybody in the house, and they have to dress in this rock and roll costumes. I'll put it on the next live stream so you can see. Anyway, third place, Alyssa won $5,000. Now, Taylor initially won a trip to London, but Alyssa decided to become a gold digging hoochie and decided to take the London trip from Taylor, the HOH. You want to do that to the HOH? That's bad news bears for you right there. I'm surprised she survived this week. But anyway, so somebody took the London trip from her, and it was Jasmine. So Alyssa ended up winning $5,000. So, you know, still living that gold digging hoochie status. And the first place winner was Kyle with the power of veto. So there you go. Our power of veto winner is Kyle. Yeah, I don't pick the costumes. So, you know, he's already a goofball enough. Now that Kyle has the veto, Taylor thinks now we got a good shot. Especially with what happened at the veto competition when Alyssa took Taylor's London trip. Yeah, you don't go piss off the HOH like that. That's a good reason to put you on the block. So Taylor is thinking, maybe I should try to persuade Kyle to use the veto, try to save maybe Indy and get Alyssa on the block. Now, if I was Taylor, I would have put both Indy and Alyssa on the block to start with, okay? But then that still would have, anyway, that should have been the plan the whole time. Indy and Alyssa should have just went up together. Now, this ain't going to be easy because Kyle now thinks because Alyssa did that to Taylor, Taylor has a good reason to put Alyssa on the block. But that's if Kyle uses the veto. So now, at this point, we see a change in Kyle. Kyle has been wavering the last week or so, playing both sides of the house, playing with the leftovers, playing for Alyssa. And it's pretty clear this decision, he made his decision that he's going to stick with Alyssa through the long run and say, screw the leftovers, which, by the way, allegedly, Kyle was the one who started the Leftovers Alliance. And now he's ready to leave them to drown. So, yeah, this is not looking good for you, Kyle. Mr. 10-second Tom over here. So he's made his actions very clear. So the leftovers are not very happy with Kyle. Meanwhile, Michael is just sitting over here. He knows what's going on, but is he going to take the shot? No, because he's doing what a smart person would do. He would, and especially because he's a big target right now. He's got so many comp wins. He's going to sit back because the whole house is looking at Kyle right now. So he needs to just sit back and let the stuff blow up, okay? Yeah, so Alyssa is the main reason why Kyle is not going to use the veto, to protect her and not the leftovers. So the veto is not used. Sorry, I should have taken care of that. Okay, so those are the final nominations for the week, Indy and Terrence. Oh, and before we get into this eviction vote, I want to make notice of one alliance. It's a fake alliance, but Joseph and Kyle want to play both sides of the house. Well, Kyle's doing such a great job. Joseph is too. So this alliance is called the Five Slaughters, and it's with Alyssa, Indy, Jasmine, Joseph, and Kyle. So clearly some lines are going to be drawn. Five Slaughters are going to be done after this. So. Okay, so that's Indy's punkatard that she had to wear for eviction night, I may add. and that's Terrence's Ink 182 costume right there. So here we go, eviction number 6, Indy versus Terrence. Let's see how the votes stack up. We had one vote, and that was Alyssa. Alyssa voted for Terrence to stay. Meanwhile, everybody else voted for Indy to be evicted. So let me get this ready. Okay, here we go. By a vote of 7-1, Indy has been evicted from the Big Brother house. All right. Now let's update her on the memory wall. There you go. Your picture is now on black and white. But you're not going that far, Indy, because you are now the first member of the Big Brother jury. So let's update that memory wall. There we go. Now Indy will sit in jury until September 25th, when she and the rest of the jury will cast their votes for the winner of Big Brother 24. All right. You've heard me preview this on the last one, or I don't think you heard me preview it, but we've got a big twist. This is probably the biggest one I've ever heard of, okay? It is Big Brochella and Direfest. What we're calling the split house twist. So now we have 10 house guests left. The 10 house guests will be split into 2 groups. 2 different Big Brother games will commence at the same time for 1 whole week. They will have no contact with the other side of the house for the entire week. This Thursday, August 25th, we have a double eviction coming, but it's a different kind of double eviction, different from what we've seen past seasons. Each side is going to go through the regular eviction process and send one person to the jury, hence a double eviction. So that's how it's going to work. So we'll get right into head of household number 7. It's called Do You See the VIP? All right, 2 HOHs will be crowned in this competition. The last 2 standing are going to win head of household. But the winner, the ultimate winner of the competition, is going to be the one to stay in the house. That's the prize right there, because the winner, the one who goes to Big Brochella, is going to be inside the house. Direfest is going to stay outside for the whole week. Oh yes, Direfest is going to stay outside, eat, sleep, bathe, do whatever outside all week long until this Thursday. So you want Big Brochella, and you definitely want to be the HOH for that one. So the winner will go to Big Brochella. The runner-up will go to Direfest. So here's how the rounds go. It's a question competition. Sorry. If you win the round, you pick the next 2 to face off, and we keep going until there's only 2 left. So Brittany versus Terrence, Terrence wins. Joseph versus Jasmine, Jasmine wins. Turner versus Monty, Turner wins. Alyssa versus Terrence, Terrence wins. Michael versus Kyle, Michael wins. Now, this is a big one for Michael, because who he chooses to, the next 2 people that he chooses to face off is going to compete for the first head of household position. And it was Terrence versus Jasmine. Terrence wins, so he is the first HOH. That's a big plot twist for right there, and that's going to give us some good drama this week. So there's only 2 people left to face off for the second HOH, and that's Turner versus Michael. My boy Michael wins, so he's the second HOH. So we can go ahead and say right now the heads of household for the week are Michael and Terrence. But we still got some business to take care of. It's time for what I like to call the battle for Brochella. The one who wins this final round gets to be the HOH in Big Brochella. And the runner-up has to stay in Direfest outside for the whole week. So who is going to which side? Michael's the winner, so he goes to Big Brochella. Meanwhile, Terrence will be the HOH at Direfest. So the ultimate question now is, there's 8 house guests that are unaccounted for. Who is going to which side? Find out next week. And another alert, double eviction will be this Thursday, August 25th. Well, there you have it. There is my supersized Big Brother recap show. We've got an exciting week of drama coming now that I know that there's a split house twist in play. And when the house reunites, there's going to be drama. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Email is nickmorales2012 at gmail.com. You can ask me anything about Big Brother, whatever of my content. Speaking of which, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell because I am working on new content. I will be posting new video stuff. I have another live stream I'm preparing for because this Sunday is the MTV Video Music Awards. So I'm going to give you my predictions as to who I think is going to win, who I think, or who I want to win versus who I think is going to win. That's this Sunday night, 8 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in that if you're into music like I am. And then we will have another live stream where we will talk about the winners and best performance. So, but as far as the Big Brother recap show, I will get to the next recap as soon as I can. Trust me. My schedule will be better once September hits. So just bear with me, okay? I haven't been doing a lot of Snapchat eviction predictions. I just got crazy, this summer I decided to take vacations and all that. So it's what it is. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the ones who have been loyal to me the whole time and, get the word out to people who are into the show or just want to watch stuff to pass the time. Just get the word out, okay? And we'll be back with another recap show as soon as we can. So until then, I'll see you next time.